Bonnie Wright is using her platform for good. The actress and author is teaming up with Too Good To Go, the world's #1 anti-food waste app, to mark the United Nations International Day of Awareness of Food Loss and Waste. I've always been, even from a young age, someone who's always very interested in taking part in any opportunity I could. Showing up and getting involved in things. So I think that kind of curiosity and eagerness was something that started from a young age, the Harry Potter star, 30, exclusively tells Us Weekly. But when it comes to the climate, I had this growing concern and sort of understanding of the amount of single-use plastics that was ending up in our ocean. And the ocean as an environment has always been something that I've loved and gotten so much joy from. So that led to sort of me asking questions, like, what are the things I was doing in my day-to-day life that was causing some of the single-use plastic pollution? What are we doing as individuals, and maybe where were areas in the system kind of broken? To answer those queries, Wright looked to simple changes she could make in her everyday life to reduce food waste. It has so many amazing solutions around it. And I'm always trying to learn new things. She explains. I think a few things that I really learned in my day-to-day life is composting my food waste instead of putting it in the sort of black landfill bin. And that changed according to the living situation I've been in. In times if I'm not somewhere for a long time, I try and find different local drop-offs for food scraps to be composted. Then other times, in some areas you can put that in your green yard waste bin. And then other times I've kind of had my own at-home composting system if I had more time to get dedicated to it. So that's a big one for me. And the second thing would be just really not buying more than you need. Additionally, the activist has learned how to store her food better to get the most life out of it. And she's even used the app, which helps stores and restaurants sell their surplus food, when she recently visited a friend in New York. I was staying at a friend's house and there was a local bagel shop that he didn't even know existed, like, around the corner of his house, she tells us. So it's exciting for something like that when you're not cooking and you're not maybe preparing food, but you're buying, and wanting to buy things from a local restaurant that the app enables that as an opportunity. She thinks ahead when she gets takeout or travels as well. I take my own reusable, bamboo utensils, she adds. I carry them around with me everywhere. Wright's actions have rubbed off on family and friends, or at least has started to. I try not to be too forceful, she jokes to us. I think often people kind of learn from you by seeing how excited it makes you or how happy it makes you. And I think that is more infectious as a way to kind of implement change in your community. But friends will often say, like, oh, I did this the other day and you would have hated it. Or, I did this today and I knew you'd be really proud of me. But I always feel so happy when all people ask questions, like, I'm trying to do something in my kitchen or my bathroom. Do you have any tips? I love that. Some of Wright's famous co-stars have also been making a difference over the years, including Emma Watson. The pair specifically connected about their shared interests after the Harry Potter films wrapped. That bit more time to dedicate to things that we were kind of personally more interested in. Even just beyond Emma, there's a group chat between me, Emma, Katie Leung and Ivana Lynch, she reveals to us. All four of us have gone on in our own way to be really interested in certain justice, whether that's women's rights, whether that's climate justice, whether that's Ivana with animal justice. We've found it so interesting that we've all found our way to something that kind of shares like a similar kind of goal or perspective toward that equality idea. So it's been nice. We have been drawn to that and I'm sure, each of us are so grateful that we have the platform that people will listen and have that opportunity and not take that for granted.